All right, time for circles, circle introduction. Well, mostly we're going to talk about some parts of circles here. We're going to start out with arcs and central angles. So a central angle in a circle is at the very center of the circle, has two radiuses that go out to the edge. Now, that makes a central angle. The portion of the circle that would connect those two radiuses is an arc. So our first directions here, it says, if an angle is given, name the arc. If an arc is given, name its central angle. So central angle arc. It has here arc WX. This little portion of a circle over the top of the letters means it's an arc. So arc WX is here. Okay? And so if that's the arc WX, the central angle that makes it is this one. Now there are a few ways to name angles. In this problem, this is going to be angle 3, and that's your only answer. Angle 3 is the central angle that corresponds to arc WX. All right, if we name angles another way with letters like problem 5, this says arc YW. Arc YW would be this arc here. And so we wanted to name this central angle. We would have two options. We could call it angle WQY, or we could call it angle YQW. That is the same angle. It's just two ways to write it. Okay, so looking at problem 8, try that one. I'll go over in a second. Pause the video and try 8. Okay, JI is this arc here. So the central angle for it is just angle 2. Okay, try. Actually, no. We'll go the other way around. Let's say that we were given an angle and we would like to name the arc it makes. So if we look at problem 13. It gives us angle HQI. HQI. So here's my angle. So the arc that it makes is either going to be arc IH. So IH, little arc over it. Or you could name it arc HI. Either one is fine. Okay, so we've been talking about arcs and their central angles. Now, on the paper, you may have noticed that there are places where it says major arc, okay? Well, the arcs that we've been dealing with have been connecting our central angle. Well, an arc doesn't have to be less than halfway around the circle. If it goes more than halfway around the circle, a couple things. First off, we have to call it major arc. And the other is that we need to make a note somehow that it goes around the circle the long way. So for instance, on problem 4, it gives us arc WUV. So if I find W and V here, well, that's the ends of my arc. But this U in the middle lets me know that it actually goes through U. So in order to get from W to V through U, it has to be a major arc. All right, well, that's just lets you know a 3-letter arc is a major arc, and the middle one tells you more information about what point you have to go through. So the central angle that names this will still be WQV, angle WQV, or you could call it angle VQW. I'm not going to keep writing both ways every time. You could name it either way. But note that it is a major arc for that angle. So major arc for WQV. Because if I just told you an arc for WQV, you would assume it was the shortest way around. But to say major arc for WQV lets you know that it is in fact the long way around, over halfway around the circle, to be a major arc. Okay, the other way around, 6 says major arc for angle JQH. So JQH is here. The major arc has to go more than halfway around the circle. So it can't be this short JH. It's actually going to have to go all the way around and be arc JIH, or HIJ, whichever way you want to name it. But it's 3 letters to let you know it's a major arc. And we can pick any point that we want to in a major arc for the middle point. So for instance, on 12, it says major arc for IQK. IQK is here, so we've got the major arc goes all the way around. So there's actually several ways you could name this one. You could call it KLI, because it goes through K, it starts at K, goes through L, and goes to I. You could call it KMI, because it goes through M, or you could go the other way around. Or, so this is or you could call it ILK or IMK. Any of those 4 is a, oh no, I missed it, sorry. So here's the problem. Any of those 4 is an acceptable way to name the major arc for IQK. You could call it KLI, KMI, ILK, IMK. Those are fun. So try some more of these major arc and regular arc problems. Name the central angle, and let me know if you have any questions.